So, hey, welcome to the second lesson from our Lenten book series on C.S. Lewis, Mere Christianity. Now, the first lesson really focused on just the preface. Now we move all the way to the second part of the book, which is actually the second half of the first book out of the three which make up Mere Christianity. There were three books they put together. So the second part of the first book is called What Christians Believe. And in this particular chapter is Rival Conceptions of God. Um, Now, parts of this section are going to be a little dense, and I would encourage you, it's only 4 or 5 pages, so take your time, and if you have to read through a paragraph 3 or 4 times, read it slowly and make sure that you get it. I was a little humbled as I had to go through that and remembering that the people who originally heard these essays were actually listening to them on the radio. They didn't have the chance to go back and reread like I did several times. Much of what Lewis wants to see is that there's a lot that is common to all believers. There's a lot common to all Christian people. And there's even a lot that's common to all cultures and all different religions. There are things that we know in our heart are true. And Christianity has its own particular way of looking at these things. So this chapter gives us the opportunity to see that atheism is really not an option, and then what Lewis calls pantheism, or this kind of belief that God is everywhere, or that God is in the table, or that the table is part of God, that's really not an option either. One thing that I would encourage you to do is, as you see a lot of Lewis's work, and as you keep reading this, look for the analogies. He is really, really good at painting pictures for us, at understanding how things relate in our minds and giving us ways of understanding. So Lewis is a master at the analogy. So there's a really good one in this chapter about God being a painter and creation being a painting. So there is power in all of Lewis's writing, and those images and analogies and metaphors are a real big part of his genius and why people continue to read him over and over again. So I hope you enjoy this. It's the first chapter of the part 2 of this book, and we'll see you again next week.